Tonight, I'd like to share the words of a wonderful writer, someone rather unique in this landscape of spiritual authors who put everything into abstract language or gussy it up with pretty sounding words. Michael Markham doesn't have a book I can refer you to yet, but a friend shared his Facebook page. I found his writing to be, in plain speaking, honest and direct, and filled with rare insight. It's an honor and a privilege to share with you a few short pieces of wisdom written by Mr. Michael Markham. I will never be able to touch you or even see you. We are the imaginary space, the canyon that separates each other. That's just the way it is. But your words have warmed this life and brought its orbit even closer to the sun. And I love you. Awareness wanders this mystery in the awe of simply being. No longer is there interest in the opinions of others concerning the nature of their dream or what they think about the way things should be or could be. No longer does it care where you came from or where you think you are going. Now it sits in stunned astonishment that you simply are. Oh, I know that as personas, we all exist only as beautiful mental fabrications. I see my most precious grandbabies and my other loved ones in the same light. I know that most of you will never sit across the table from me and share a coffee. That saddens me a little, and I'm all right with that. But whenever I am privileged to sit in your presence, I fall so deeply in love that words lose their relevance. And in some way, I cannot articulate. You move softly into a small apartment in my mind and become a facet of who I am. Sometimes it feels hopeless because it is. Sometimes your life feels useless because it is. Sometimes you feel alone because you are. And you know that just out there beyond the darkness is more darkness. It all simmers down to this presence, this aliveness, this sparkling awareness flowing in, around, and through whatever's happening. You are a tiny, temporary spark, and yet you are the light of the world. Love and beauty come alive and live in your chest. And all you have to do is look. Awareness is a still pond in the morning when I awaken. Clouds reflected and blue sky. A water boatman scurries across the smoothness. A trout breaks the surface to take a mayfly. A beaver with an aspen branch in tow. Someone tosses a pebble. Ripples flow into ripples, and thought streams bubble to the surface. She had been a seeker for as long as she could remember. Something just didn't seem quite right about the world, but when she tried to put her finger on it, it slipped away into the shadows. After many books and many gurus, she had come to the end of her rope. Sitting in the coffee shop with someone who she believed had solved the puzzle. After the light conversation, they turned to the matter at hand. She broke down and rested her head on the table. Just tell me. Why don't you just Tell me what the hell is going on. Time passed. When she finally looked up, she was met with nothing but a blank stare. There may or may not come a moment in which you will be pulled through an hourglass. Everything you thought, everything you owned, will be stripped away and you will be left alone and naked in the universe. There will be no handbooks, and even the constellations will offer no guidance. There will be people and buildings and birds in the sky, but you will no longer be able to tell who or what is aware of them. You will gaze out into a vast, mysterious, unknown, unknowableness, and embrace the joy and awe of simply being. No matter which way you travel, no matter which teacher you follow, you will come to a solid, impenetrable wall beyond which you cannot go. But you won't see it as a wall. It will look like a mirror. She found herself sitting on the very edge of the known world, gazing out into an edgeless vastness. Reaching her hand out, it disappeared. And she knew that if she moved closer, everything she had loved would be gone. She stood, turned, and walked back into the dream, smiling. This flowing river of impressions, this feeling of weight in the chair, this bird song and the fading naked lady lilies in the neighbor's yard, this taste of coffee on the tongue, this scent of the ocean, this woundedness from another's careless words, this love for another in pain, this streaming perceptual input objectified is who you are. It's like you've been treading water for as long as you can remember, just trying to keep your head above the thought stream, fighting the current, leaping waterfalls, trying to get a better place up ahead, and the water is getting rougher and colder. One morning you wake up and find yourself just floating down the river on your back. You see clouds and trees and birds. You don't have to even move your arms and legs. The water is moving slower and getting warmer. Your head slips below the surface, and you find that you can breathe underwater. There's a very fine line between the real and the imaginary, and the wires get easily crossed. There's a natural tendency for the human mind to mistake the intimacy that accompanies these exchanges with the desire for company of the imagined source. I have had several that insisted that they wanted to come see me. They always seemed surprised to find nothing but a little old man sitting behind a curtain, laughing. I am not here to argue or debate. I am not interested in how you believe the world should be run or how you believe we can improve it. I don't want to see your old maps to imaginary places. I don't care about what you think. I have no interest in improving you or me in any way. But the awareness here loves sitting out on the edge of everything with you, being the windows through which love and beauty flow so freely into the universe. The body dies. The self exists only as a mental fabrication. Death is the end of the story for the imaginary individual. The curtain closes and the stage disappears. I don't want you to sing "I Did It My Way" at my funeral. I want you to sing something like "He did it the way his brain was programmed," or something like that. You'll have to make up the rest of the words. Mr. Michael Markham, we are quite fortunate to have your voice in our lives. Thank you.